Okay, this is the part where I have to adjust this. Hello everyone. It's great to see all of you out there. I'm sorry that I have to put my glasses on because that means I can't see you anymore. But I have to do this, and I just can't tell you how delighted I am to stand here and see all of the faces that I've had the pleasure of working with in the last year and talking to multiple times. And what was great was that no matter where we traveled across the state, whether it was Prince Frederick, Bethesda, Salisbury, Hagerstown, Cumberland, anywhere in between, the commitment and the passion that you all bring to your work was just a true inspiration, and I feel very privileged to have been part of those conversations. And I'm looking at Ernie Green. I can't believe you're here. It's great to see you, and I have some wonderful memories just that I'll never forget from this experience. And I also want to mention that if you ever need someone to imitate an actor and be abstract, James Gillespie from Salisbury is your guy. So there's a lot of role-playing that took place throughout this process some of you are familiar with. So thank you for playing along with us and sharing. Imagine Maryland, as you heard, calls for the Maryland State Arts Council to take a leadership role in convening, technical assistance and training, communication, and also to work in individual geographic regions to do what we can to enhance arts participation and access on a regional basis. So as we start to implement these 3 strategic directions, 9 goals, and 28 different objectives that are in your booklet today, I want you to know that the State Arts Council didn't just start today on implementing these objectives. Throughout this past year, of course, this entire process has already informed the work of the Maryland State Arts Council. So I am pleased to announce today some specific activities related to carrying out the strategic plan. In the area of technical assistance, we will be launching 2 technical assistance sessions that will provide access to technology training for our artists and arts organizations. Again, these will be free workshops, and the first one is called Marketing Your Company Online. It's a social media boot camp, crash course for all of us who want to know about Facebook and Twitter, and of course the last 2 weeks, if you haven't heard Twitter, I don't know where you've been hiding, because it's been on just every news station, talk show, etc. So we also, as you just heard, that we also have a Facebook site. I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're dealing with state government, you have no idea how difficult it is to get the authority to go into Facebook and MySpace and other things. So believe it or not, that's a real accomplishment. So the first, again, marketing your company online. The great thing about this plan is we certainly learned that we do not have to do all of this ourselves. The Maryland State Arts Council needs to work in partnership and leverage the strengths that we already have. So I'm pleased to say that this workshop has already been conducted. It was put together by the Greater Baltimore Cultural Alliance with BACFA. They've already done it. They had 100 or so folks last week in Baltimore attend, and we are going to partner with them and said, could we please sponsor this for the rest of our state so that we can benefit the rest of our artists and arts organizations. And we have a great partner, as always, with GBCA and BACFA, and they're going to do this for us. So we're going to offer one in Baltimore, and then we'll go out in 2 other regional sites. So look for information about that shortly, but in the next couple of weeks that will be pinned down for you. The next has to do with the technical assistance that we're going to offer for our performing artists. The Maryland State Arts Council, believe it or not, is one of the few states that only recently has started a touring program for our own artists, both in-state as well as out-of-state. So we're going to start with our performing artists, and we're going to work again in partnership with an extraordinary organization right here in our state, the Liz Lerman Dance Exchange, and we will be working with Jane Hirschberg and the teaching artist of Liz Lerman Dance Exchange to engage our artists in beyond the studio and stage, engaging your community. This will specifically address the needs of our performing artists as we build our touring program and expand our audiences for our Maryland artists. This will take place May 11th from 4 to 7 p.m. at the Dance Exchange Studios in Tacoma Park. And again, we hope to have 2 satellite locations after that so that we can make this service and training available to other artists and arts organizations across the state. As an outgrowth of our regional forums, as you know, we had about 6 regional forums in the various parts of the state, and what we found that there were specific needs that came up in particular areas that we felt could be addressed on a regional basis. And in particular, when we did the survey, the telephone survey, we found that in Southern Maryland, as Nancy explained, there are many, many communities across the state that really do have a robust arts community, and people feel very engaged and feel like they have access and participate, have an opportunity to participate. Some regions of our state do not have those benefits yet. So we would like, at the invitation of Southern Maryland, to come down there and work with our local Arts Council leadership on a regional coalition to address the arts and arts needs in those specific areas. Our survey definitely told us that Southern Maryland, because of the increased population there and the growing need for arts activities, we have an opportunity there to play a leadership role in coordinating a strategic plan and needs assessment on a regional basis. What could those three counties, for instance, do together that they could not do separately? And we hope to use that as a model to move to other areas of the state. Two other areas that clearly came through as places that we thought that we could be of benefit were the lower and upper shore, each with their own unique assets, with their own unique needs that we thought that we could play a role in bringing those communities together to address. So those community conversations will begin shortly, and our first area of priority will be Southern Maryland. So Kathy Sears will be helping us from Broward County, Charles County Arts Alliance, and of course Barbara Bershon from St. Mary's County Arts Council as well. The other aspect that we will get underway is, as we learned in our forums and through the public opinion survey, Maryland's value the opportunities to participate in the arts. And to that end, the Maryland State Arts Council is going to initiate a survey of community arts educational opportunities. There are many, many people that we talked to that did not know that they had a local arts council, or that those local arts councils actually offered educational opportunities, or that there were a plethora of other arts organizations that had educational activities. We think that one of the best things the State Arts Agency can do is gather data, collate it, aggregate it, and then make it available to the public in a very accessible way, online, searchable databases, and of course the promotion and marketing that go along with making sure people know that that's available. That was the other thing we heard. People just don't know that much about the State Arts Council or what the opportunities are in our state. So we hope that this is one step towards addressing that need. And to increase the recognition of Maryland's artists and continue our commitment to celebrating Maryland's cultural diversity, I invite you all, this objective was achieved a lot sooner than we expected. So I invite you to actually tune in to WYPR, your public radio, this Saturday at 8 p.m. when Tapestry of the Times features a 1-hour episode that was a collaboration of Maryland Traditions and WYPR. And this episode is going to focus on the traditional music makers of Cecil County, relatives and friends of the late NEA Heritage Award winner and banjo player Ola Belle Reed of Rising Sun, Maryland. And on top of that, if you'd like a little more, Saturday's broadcast of Tapestry on the Times, there's going to be another 25-minute version of the piece that will be broadcast on the Signal, again on WYPR. Terrific collaboration that really has just come to fruition with this project this week. So the Signal will air twice on Friday, April 24th, first at noon and then again at 7. And then the final piece that I'd like to share with you is, of course, as the Secretary mentioned, we received full funding, fully recommended for funding of $318,000 from the National Endowment for the Arts for our state's portion of the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act. And we, as of today, you can go back to your website, applications will be available for organizations, county arts councils to apply for funds to retain jobs, those jobs that have been eliminated, reduced, or threatened because of the economic crisis. You can apply for up to $20,000 from the Maryland State Arts Council. The deadline is May 8th, and we hope to have those determinations out to you by mid to late June, and then those funds in your hands July 1st. The interesting thing about this is as Christian said, it's very hard to navigate the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act, and the NEA has certainly made it interesting for us as well, because you can only access these funds through one portal. And state arts agencies are receiving a portion. The Mid-Atlantic Arts Foundation, which is based in Baltimore and serves the 9-state region, also will be receiving about $500,000 in NEA funds. You can apply directly to the NEA for these funds, which many of you have already done. The deadline is April 2nd. And then the fourth portal is if you have a local arts council that was eligible to apply directly to the NEA, they too will find out if they have funds in a couple of weeks that they can then re-grant. The muddle here is that you can only receive these funds through one portal. So what we would like to do, obviously, is maximize those dollars coming into our state. So we're working very closely with Mid-Atlantic, the NEA, and our local arts councils that were eligible to apply to make sure that if you apply to all four of these, we want you to take that which is most advantageous to you. So there's no penalty, there's nothing to prevent you. Apply to all four portals if you can, if you are eligible, and we want to bring as much of this federal money into our state as possible to assist our organizations. We can help you with that. Obviously, we're available for technical assistance at any time. So please don't hesitate to give us a call.